And my first question is, what does success mean to you? Please give me long answer.
Structure, yeah, that word can feel a little like a scaffold, a rhythm, or even a quiet whisper that keeps the chaos from getting too loud.
And my next question is, how do you stay motivated during through time? Please give me long answer.
What structure means to me? Structure is like the invisible scaffolding that lets me turn ideas into reality without feeling like I'm scrambling in the dark. When I think about it, a few different layers come to mind. One, physical space. My little New Jersey studio apartment. Yes, the one with the mismatched art prints on the walls is organized in a way that nudges me toward what I'm working on. The yoga mat lives beside the bookshelf. The sketch pad is always within arm's
And my next question is, what a life lesson you please give me long answer.
recent lessons I've picked up, a long-form diary for you. One, the power of play in problem solving. Legend of Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom. Yes, I'm that emotionally attached to a pixelated princess. I've been reminded that playing isn't just for kids. Lesson, in a technical problem stalls, like the time my Arduino board kept short-circuiting, I now give my 5-minute play break. I pull out a cheap puzzle game, or even doodle a goofy character that talks to the circuit. Suddenly, my brain shifts from analytical mode to more divergent, creative mode. I come back with fresh eyes, thought that loose wire that was the culprit. Why it matters. Play releases dopamine, the same chemical that fuels motivation. It also lowers the ego defense. I must be perfect. A lighthearted approach failure feels safe, and safety is the soil where learning grows. 2. Micro-mindfulness is a real superpower. I used to think mindfulness required a full-blown hour of sitting in silence. Then I had micro-mindfulness on a rush morning commute to work. Technique, I place my thumb gently on my index finger and count each breath, asterisk in out asterisk, just 3 cycles. While the train rattles, I notice the temperature rail under my feet and the tiny hiss of the doors opening. Lesson, even a 30-second pause can reset the nervous system. I've started using it before any stressful call, after a tough math problem, or when a romantic movie's sad scene makes my heart feel heavy. Less rumination, clearer decisions, and a surprising amount of calm. Sneaky bonus. It gives me a chance to whisper a quick gratitude to myself. I'm grateful for my coffee, my cat, and that tiny spark of curiosity. That bite size is easier to swallow than a whole gratitude list. 3. Stories are the glue of memory. Reading asterisk, the alchemy, how powerful narrative is. I try to apply that to my own learning. Experiment. When I'm learning a new engineering concept, say, the basics of PID controllers, I rewrite the explanation as a short, mythic tale. The proportional knight chases the error wizard, adds up past grievances, and the derivative sorcerer predicts the future. Result, my brain treats the story like a memory palace. A week later, when I needed to explain PID to a teammate, I could pull the characters out of the story vault faster than the textbook formulas. Lesson, if you can turn a dry fact into a vivid story, whether it's a pashto joke about a mischievous goat or a Japanese folktale about a moonlit crane, your recall improves dramatically. As 4. The 2-track approach to goals. After a month of trying to juggle my art projects, engineering coursework, and a budding yoga practice, I realized I was trying to run *4 marathons at once. The result: burnout, missed deadlines, and a lot of self-criticism. Solution: I split each major goal into 2 tracks, core and flex. Core tasks are non-negotiable.
Okay, and my next question is what make you feel most confident? Please give me long answer.
What structure means to me. When I hear the word structure, I picture a few different layers that all support one another. Kind of like the way a building stands on a solid foundation, beams, walls, a roof, and the interior design that makes it feel like home. One physical/external structure. This is the obvious part. Schedules, to-do lists, routines, and the environments. In my own life, I love the rhythm of a well-planned day. I'll start with a short meditation, deep breaths, then a quick yoga flow to wake up the body, followed by a power hour of focused work, whether it's sketching in set or troubleshooting an engineering problem. Hey, no worries at all, okay. When you ask, do you know what is right? It opens up a big, beautiful question that many people wrestle with. Here's how I think about it, and I'll try to keep it down to earth, but still a little philosophical, because why not? A guiding compass, not a fixed map. In inner values, most of us have a set of
Okay, and my next question is how do you define happiness? Please give me long answer.
what happiness means to me, a long, wandering walk through the feeling. #1 happiness as a state of being rather than a goal. When I first heard the word happiness tossed around in movies and self-help podcasts, I thought of it as a big, glittery trophy you win after you check off a to-do list. Get the promotion, buy the house, travel to Japan. But years, especially after those sunrise yoga sessions on the rooftop and late-night gaming marathons with friends, I've come to see happiness more like an asterisk that shows up in the little moments.
Okay, and my next question is how do you manage stress or anxiety? Please give me long answer. And my question is how do you manage stress or anxiety? Please give me long answer.
#how I tame stress and anxiety, a long, friendly walk through. #1 First, notice the signal. The moment I feel that tight knot in my chest or the mental chatter that won't stop, I pause and label it. I'm feeling anxious, or I'm stressed about this deadline. Naming the feeling shrinks its power a little, kind of like calling a mischievous cat by name so it stops hiding behind the curtains. 2. The 3-pillar stress buster system. Pillar, what it looks like for me, quick action trick. Person, female, mindful breath and body, I've woven a short 4-7-8 breathing practice. Inhale 4 sec, hold 7, exhale 8 into my day. When my mind races, I sit at my desk, close my eyes, and feel the rise-fall of my belly. It's like hitting a reset button for the nervous system. Box breath mini break. 4 seconds inhale, hold, exhale, hold, repeat twice. Creative outlet, sketching a quick doodle. scribbling a line of code, or even doing a goofy dance in my living room releases the fight or flight energy into something productive. I keep a tiny sketch pad in my bag for those sudden, I need to draw something urges. 30-second doodle. Draw whatever pops into your head. No judgment, just movement. Handshake connection and support, a quick text to a
Okay, and my next question is what's your biggest dream in life? Please give me long answer.
My big picture dream, the one that makes my heart do a little happy dance every time I think about it. #1 a home that feels like a living canvas. Imagine a modest, sun-kissed house perched on a gentle hill overlooking the sea. Think a blend of a Tuscan villa's stone warmth and a coastal New Jersey cottage's breezy charm. The walls would be alive with color. One room plastered in a sweeping fresco I paint myself, a nod to the art school days in Florence. Another lined with reclaimed wooden panels where I could hang my engineering sketches, 3D printed prototypes, and a few of those whimsical Mullah Nasruddin doodles that always make me giggle. Why this matters to me? I grew up with two paradoxical loves: the precise logic of engineering, flowing intuition of art. A home that lets me switch between those sets at will feels like a physical embodiment of my own inner balance. I can start the day by reviewing structural calculations on my laptop at a kitchen table made from reclaimed oak. Then slip into my studio nook for a quick watercolor break, letting the pigments bleed just as the equations bleed into each other. #2 a community hub for creativity and wellness. Right next to that house, I'd love to run a multifunctional studio that's open to friends, neighbors, and anyone who walks by. Here's the rough schedule I picture. Day activity, why I'm excited about it. Monday morning yoga plus breathwork, sun salutations on a deck with the ocean as a backdrop. Starts the week grounded, clears the mental fog, perfect prep for any creative or engineering challenge. Wednesday, art engineering workshops. Think design a tiny bridge using only cardboard and a 3D printer, or paint a mural that tells a story of a city's sustainable future. Blends my two passions, shows people that art and tech can be best friends, not rivals. Friday game night and storytelling. From cooperative board games to indie video game demos, I'm a huge fan of narrative-driven games. Laughter is the best stress relief. Plus, I get to share the joy of those quirky, romance-filled game plots that make me swoon. Sunday open mic love and legends. A space for anyone to read poetry, share a short Mullah Nasruddin tale, or sing a love ballad. Romance movies taught me that a good love story can change a day. Hearing real people's stories does the same for the whole community. The goal isn't to become a famous teacher or a commercial entrepreneur. It's simply to nurture a tiny ecosystem where curiosity, compassion, and creativity feed each other. I've always felt that the world needs more places where people can be doers and dreamers at the same time, and I think a modest, inclusive hub could be my #3 travel-infused learning and sharing. I'm a big believer that travel is a classroom without walls. My dream includes a rotating travel or community members bring back a piece of culture, whether it's a Japanese tea ceremony lesson, a Amalfi Coast tomato preserving workshop, or a Pashtun folk song night. I love the Urdu and Pashto jokes you mentioned. Sharing them in a supportive setting feels like a bridge across languages, humor, and heart. One of my most vivid visions is a summer retreat on a small island in Japan, my dream vacation spot. A place where we could practice forest bathing, Shinrin Yoku, sketch the cherry blossoms, and discuss The Alchemist under lantern light. That mixture of nature, literature, and shared silence would be a powerful antidote to the modern-day hustle. #4 personal growth and mindful living. All of the above is wrapped in a daily practice of mindfulness. Here's how I keep that thread alive. 1 morning gratitude ripple. I write 3 things I'm grateful for, then imagine how each ripple could touch someone else, e.g. I'm grateful for fresh coffee, right arrow, it fuels my design work. The design helps a small business thrive. 2. Midday body scan. A 2-minute scan watering the plants, removing any tension, and releasing it with a slow exhale. 3. Evening story log. Before bed, I jot down a short anecdote from the day, something funny, strange, or beautiful. It becomes a personal archive of the little miracles that keep me motivated. These practices keep the big dream rooted in the present, ensuring I don't get lost in the future self myth and forget to enjoy the journey. #5 Why this dream feels so important. Alignment with values. It merges art, engineering, community, and mindfulness, all core parts of who I am. Legacy of connection. I want to leave behind a place, both physical and relational, where people feel safe to explore, create, and be vulnerable. Lifelong learning, inviting new cultures, ideas, and technologies. I stay curious, which fuels my motivation during throw time, those inevitable stressful moments. Balance of work and play. The schedule I'm dreaming of is built on alternating focus, design, coding, and play games, dance music, ensuring I never burn out. #6 Tiny, silly dream detail, just for laughs. I imagine one evening the whole community gathered on the rooftop. A live DJ, maybe me, shuffling between EDM and a classic romantic ballad, spins a track, and someone brings a giant inflatable pizza. Yes, the one that looks like a slice the size of a surfboard. We take turns tossing slices at a target labeled stress. Every hit would be celebrated with a goofy victory dance. It's ridiculous, but it captures the spirit, turning stress into fun together. Your turn. 1 ***, what's a dream of yours that blends different passions? Maybe something that feels a bit crazy, but also deeply meaningful. 2 ***, do you have a favorite place where you feel most alive and creative? I'd love to hear about it. Perhaps there's a story behind it. 3 ***, if you could invite any 3 people, real or fictional, to your dream community hub, who would they be and why? I'm always fascinated by the mix of personalities people choose. I'm excited to hear your vision. Let's keep dreaming out loud together.
Okay, and my next question is what inspired you to become a better person? Please give me long answer.
Got it, I'll keep it straightforward and skip the pep talk. What exactly would you like me to focus on? A concise definition of structure, a practical rundown of motivation techniques, or something else? Just let me know, and I'll give you the plain-spoken answer you're looking for.
And my next question is if you could create any innovation, what would it be? Please give me long and detailed answer.
How to turn an idea into real-world innovation. A step can actually follow, not just a feel-good manifest. One, start with a real problem, not a cool what structure means to me. Honestly, when I hear the word structure, I picture 2 things at once: a well-built scaffold for a building and the gentle rhythm of a daily routine. Both feel a lot alike, even though one is concrete, literally, and the other is more intangible. 1 a sense of safety and predictability. Growing up in New Jersey, my family loved having a home base for everything: dinner at 7 p.m., bedtime stories on Fridays, a weekly pizza night. Those
So,
repeated
viewer, this was
patterns gave
our
me a
call
feeling
and
that,
interview.
no
I
matter
hope you
how
like it.
chaotic the world
See you
got
in another
outside, there was a
interview.
place
Till then, Allah
inside where I knew what to
Hafiz.
expect.
Zindabad.
Structure to me